looking to at least end what feels like the Dota season on a really strong high note. We're uncertain as far as where their future is, but being able to finish it out on a win would feel good. On the other side, you have Liquid here, already going to be going to TI here. Would love to set things up with a morale-boosting win here as they make that trip out to Seattle. Very important for both teams. Of course, money is on the line. Pride.
So psychologically, I have a question for you, Merlee. Are you an underdog kind of guy, or do you respect the overdog, the champion? Who do you typically, the alpha dog? Who do you like?
From whose perspective?
Your perspective. Typically, do you go for under or alpha? What's more fun as an analyst? I know as a normal human being what most people say.
Underdog's more fun.
Yeah.
Unless
I prefer the alpha.
Really?
I think unless the alpha's wild. Like Wings was the alpha, but they were wild last year. So that was one of the few times I liked the alpha the most.
I think most people like to say like, oh, I love the underdog. I've never seen these guys win before. But you know what? What really creates a great story is a dynasty. You know, is a team that is repeatedly dominant and is the one that everyone's shooting for. You know, and I feel like in some ways Liquid is that, right? They already won the trophy last year. They're here to win it again. And Planet Odd are obviously the plucky underdogs. So it is kind of that beautiful matchup that we're seeing here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear you get hype a little bit here because we have our first draft of our grand final best of 5. Let's get into it now. Team Liquid. Ban out the Night Stalker. Planet Odd will remove and respect the GH Wisp, but they do not get rid of the Coddle. They will ban the Spirit Breaker.
I mean, Coddle's great, but they might be trying to bait him into it. They know that that's one of their top tier heroes, and if there's anybody out there that knows how to counter a Coddle, it's going to be your boy Misery. So taking out the Spirit Breaker. Too much pressure in these last couple games, as we've seen, and it just makes that early game a living hell, as you guys mentioned before.
And Shaker might be a higher priority in both of those. I think it might be a higher priority than Coddle in this matchup.
I think Team Liquid, for them, it could definitely be a 1-2 ban. Simply because it's probably Moonmeander's best hero right now, and it really does fit into Planet Odd's timings very well. An aggressive offlaner that is able to move around the map and set up a lot of kills, right? We saw multiple times. He has this blink, he goes in, Echo Slam, manages to kill one target, and then TP's the other side. He still has Echo's Aftershock with Enchant Totem as well as Fisher to set up another kill. So they actually take it away, both teams.
Yeah, the ban on Necro. I don't know if that's just they actually respect the Necro to ban it, or if Liquid are just saying we want to get something good with our two picks here. And after that ban, Odd do indeed go right for what looks like the GH Coddle, and Liquid go for the Earthshaker. Oh, I keep saying GH Coddle, but that's Planet Odd side. Oh yeah, it's going to be Odd sniping the Coddle.
Got him.
Going with the Clockwork.
One way to make sure that they don't get that hero that they're so comfortable with, but they are going to give up that Earthshaker, as we've said before. Just a great amount of pressure, and they're going to kind of snipe that from Moon, too. Is that a double snipe? Double sniping?
It kind of looks like it.
What is this, Counter-Strike?
You know, because one of the things that I like about Team Liquid's laning phase setup is that they usually have very stable lanes. They usually have cores that are very hard to gank. Keeper of the Light for them usually secures one lane, right? And Planet Odd kind of take that away. They're going to say, hey, like our off lane's going to be really strong most likely. Team Liquid with a response. I'm not sure how exactly Bounty Hunter fits against the Keeper of the Light. You know, it's kind of this roaming hero. I guess in some ways it says that you're going to have one support that's locked down to a lane. It's not a good roamer. So we're going to try and get the best out of a roaming hero that can abuse wherever the Coddle's not. Maybe even snipe out the Coddle sometimes.
Yeah, there's plenty of roaming options out there, but the reason they settle on the Bounty Hunter might become a bit more apparent with the rest of the picks. Maybe they're hoping to just get a serious ingest of gold through the mid-game period and hope to inflate some core sooner than later. And obviously, we could see potentially Planet Odd try to counter that kind of mentality, building into some more push and team fight. I know it doesn't really seem like that's something they can do with the first 2 picks, but that is typically a weakness of your Bounty Hunter strats. Now going into the 3rd pick, though, for Liquid side, we'll see.
10 seconds.
So, yeah, another coveted hero for, oh, yeah, Nature's Prophet, sick.
We were expecting Nature's Prophet, though, to possibly pop up in the hands of Moon on Planet Odd side, but this has been a fabled pick of Liquid for a while. The Matama Man, Nature's Prophet had been something since Shanghai Major.
Yep. Very experienced with the hero, knows when to go in, knows how to push, and kind of Matama Man style. He loves to get inside people's faces. There you go.
5
Like,
seconds remaining.
aggressively. Anyway, a hero that both teams we should keep an eye out for. Definitely saw them playing a lot of Animage. Planet Odd just going to ban him out here, but I mean, Miracle had a fantastic performance with his very questionable item build yesterday. And a Resolution, I mean, pretty much winning 2 games on his back. So keep an eye out for him, but not this time.
Ben, what do you think about the Nature's Prophet versus Coddle? Because I see this as like Furion's one of these big split pushers. He pushes out all the waves, can threaten towers, but Coddle does that as well in a way. And he's also very good at defending against split push.
I don't even
feel like
think
they
it's
kind of
about push. I think it's about just wrapping around behind and just causing a lot of chaos in the fights. With the Bounty Hunter, I think they're trying to pressure the mid lane a lot because we was struggling in the Liquid versus Odd series that we saw already. And I think Bounty Hunter plus whoever they have in the mid lane is going to be able to pressure them. And Keeper's really bad at protecting the mid lane, actually. Like, normally you'll see him, like, sub in while they go jungle, but he's actually bad at protecting it. And then Nature's Prophet adding in with the Bounty Hunter just makes the lanes incredibly weak for Planet Odd.
Right, we're seeing a lineup that Liquid's saying we're going to focus a lot on being very fast in our movement, very aggressive. We're looking for kills, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Planet Odd do kind of shore up their early game quite a bit with a very aggressive carry and gyrocopter. A lot of damage coming out from him.
Are you sure that's a carry, Jack? Could be a mid
Yeah,
Jack.
it's carry gyro.
I'm not a big fan of the mid-rocket builds.
All right.
And I don't think Viper is particularly threatened by it.
Okay. I think you should be.
But you can tell Liquid's game plan already. I think even before the Viper pick, it's like strong early game and cruise that into momentum with a lot of kills on Bounty Hunter. And just have we talk about a lot of these teams like being very fast, like one kill into the next kill, and I think Liquid's accentuates that more so than a lot of the other lineups that we've seen with very low cooldown abilities and ability to beat around the map in multiple places, and just very fast heroes in general.
And Planet Odd's timings for the games that we've seen most of the time have been like 20, 25, 30 minutes. They hit the mid game very hard, but they're usually losing out in the laning phase. This is a lineup from Team Liquid that if you lose out in the laning phase against them, like they could actually just snowball so hard that you won't have the opportunity for a comeback.
Oh, that's what every Viper picker says. All right, there's plenty of ways to come back. They did kind of screw themselves by banning out that Animage. We've seen that as they're kind of late game, but you just got to prepare. You can't get scared. Don't get dominated. Don't get snowballed. They got 2 picks to deal with this.
I think they might need a hero to prevent them from running at you. I think Clockwork's like decent, but maybe something in the front line to prevent them from getting to the gyro, perhaps. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a Bristleback out in front, just to, like, you don't want to really fight into that early on.
Timbersaw is also very much a frontline hero in that regard, hard to burst down.
Our first Timbersaw of the tournament as well.
Woo.
And yeah, I agree with Cap. Something that could be good for that front line, because I could see Liquid build up that high tempo momentum, maybe even finish out with like a Lycan pickup. I know we were possibly expecting Madama Men to play that Nature's Prophet, but they could always just give that to Mind Control and then give Lycan, or maybe even Drow has been ignored, and you got Nature's Prophet and Viper. Could be decent.
You play mid more than I do. Is it possible to lane Timbersaw against Viper mid with like PMS and?
Sounds okay. That's doable.
Can you do it?
I think especially if you get like a good creep block, I think as long as you get to level 3, you'll be perfectly okay.
Because if you can't actually do that matchup, then he won't care about the Bounty Hunter and the Furion, really, right? Because that's just more right-click damage that's coming away. As long as he can survive through the initial pecs and he gets that reactive armor up, then he doesn't really care how many other heroes.
Yeah, you want heroes that like don't die. Normally, like when your initiator goes in, like Earthshaker, for example, he goes in, he usually gets spells up, does a lot of damage, but he dies. You don't want those heroes in this sort of situation when you're versus a Bounty Hunter. Just want very tanky heroes that like, oh my god, these guys are impossible to kill. You want that sort of lineup.
It's just as possible, though, that they go offlane Timbersaw, and Liquid are planning for that as they've banned away the mid-Tinker, which would have given them a lot of late-game options. You look at it, it's a whole bunch of just your right-clicking heroes. Later on, the Aether Lens, Aghanims, Tinker would have actually been the king of everything.
I like that final ban on Planet Odd. Lone Druid would have been a nice siege engine for that momentum lineup of Liquid.
Maybe like Razor or something. I think Razor's a fairly common matchup versus the Viper that we see, and it fits like the don't want to die theme that I think Planet Odd want to go for, but we still are unsure whether or not it's a mid 10% or not, but I can't think of that many heroes that match up well versus the Viper. Heroes like Invoker I think are just very, very too slow, possibly.
It is going to look, it looks like it's going to be a mid-Timber.
Yeah. What about Lycan for Liquid? I feel like this is one of the storylines of Liquid's drafting, is that they always have these these safe lane cores, because they have like Lycan or Druid, really hard to gank and are going to turn into these mid-game sort of pushing style, like bully heroes, you know, that are just really tough to kill. Like you ban away the lone Druid, but there's always so many other heroes.
Bring back Pugna.
Pugna safe lane. That wouldn't be bad. I don't know.
Pugna, Lycan,
Clockwork Sand King.
Drow.
No, I'm going to say no to that. I'm shutting it down, Ben.
Dang.
I just don't think Lycan does that well versus Timber. You need a way to kill him in this game.
I just think like he focuses on whatever it is, it could just focus on the other hero. Maybe Lycan isn't the right choice, but
Well, they're taking some time themselves. 35 seconds remaining. As you can see, the debate is strong.
I mean, we've seen them earlier in this tournament give Matamaman the mid lane Queen of Pain, and they hand it off to Miracle, the safe lane core. I've never seen Matamaman play Viper, but I don't imagine it takes a whole lot of finesse to play a Viper.
How dare you?
You could just kind of give it to Matamaman and let, you know, Miracle play something else if they wanted to go outside the hero pool of Matamaman, let's say.
Drow would be good too.
Ranger push, yeah. That's actually a lot better. Any of these heroes will have problems with
5 seconds.
Light.
Oh.
They're going to go with the Invoker.
Oh, wow.
So is that going to be the mid Invoker and a safe lane Viper? Is that going to be a mid Viper with a safe lane Invoker? Miracle's on it, of course. The prestigious Miracle Invoker. We are blessed.
I mean, Viper is kind of in the line of the Matamaman type heroes, right? In that it's a tanky bully that's hard to gank. Can stand up against the Coddle.
You just look like you have like a bad taste in your mouth about it, Ben. You're just kind of like,
Viper.
I don't know. So what do you think there? You're a big Viper advocate. Let's get some predictions real quick.
Yeah, sure. I love watching Viper play, but thankfully I don't like watching him win because he never does. So I will be going with Planet On.
All right.
I think to win this game, Team Liquid have freed up their supports to do a lot. I just don't have faith that they're going to be able to make it work with the Bounty Hunter. I'm actually going to go for Planet Odd here in their team fight.
I'm going to go for the Team Liquid here. I think they have a better early game lineup, and I think they're going to be able to punish the Timber really hard. And Invoker's going to have an easy game.
All right, 2 on Odd. I would side with Ben on this one only because Miracle's Invoker is pretty damn ridiculous. We'll have to see how it does pan out. Let's throw things over to your grand final casters. It's Odie, Pixel, and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Dakota, and it's very exciting indeed to be here for this grand final matchup. Team Liquid, Planet Odd, and we're the last day of the last series, and we're still getting new stuff coming through. A bit of an ode to the past with Resolution, getting his gyrocopter, but then Matamaman Viper.
Yeah,
what's going on, Fog?
We've got 2 new heroes in the grand finals, and we have people playing completely different, different styles of what they're playing. Like we have Kuroki playing the Bounty. I guess that's similar in a way to the Tusk, kind of. It's not a save or anything, but it's that roaming hero. And yeah, the Gyro and the Timbersaw, definitely new pickups. I'm gonna be probably siding a little bit with how what Ben was saying, about how Liquid have a very strong early game, and I think that they should be able to come out of the lanes really hard. And I have a hard time going against Miracle Invoker, to be honest.
For sure, and we'll see how it plans out as well. We heard from Moon before the series, the plan being to tilt Miracle. Do they have the heroes to do that? Can they tilt Miracle in the early game? How much can Odd control that mid and make sure that Weehawk gets the lead against Miracle?
They can't really pressure him too hard, to be honest, as an Invoker. Like their heroes, the Coddle's going to be in the safe lane or in the off lane, more than likely to safe lane this game. And Sand I think Sox is probably going to do what he did in the last game, and that's why we see, or in the last series that he was playing the Sand and that's how we see this ward coming out from Kuroki to watch this. Because Soxa, in the games when he was playing Sand he helped mid, and then he would stack the hard camp, he'd get Sandstone level 2, and then he'd get his levels and his farm from that. This time around, they're playing just a Bounty Hunter, so I think the Invoker should be able to get a good amount, especially with the Bounty playing around the mid lane, potentially sniping Courier and watching the movement from Sox.
It'll be very interesting to see as well how these two safe laners match up against each other as the game goes on. But meanwhile, the top room for the side of Odd, we're seeing if Liquid can get the snipe. Kuroki eyes upon it, doesn't quite get it though. Both teams just picking up their own, 2 for 2 on the bounty runes.
They even tried to go for the fissure with GH to try to secure Kuro.
Yeah, it looked like it was just out of range.
Yeah,
didn't quite reach the rune spot.
Just shy of it.
And Kuroki to start, indeed, by the looks of it, looking to hover around that middle lane. Look out for potential courier snipes.
Yep, courier snipes and just watch them, follow Soxa, bother me, block his camps, block his stacks, etc.
And you just want to try and do this early, because once there's a couple of levels on these two, they're going to be hard to harass out. Already Odd making the move onto Miracle, bringing him down very low. Now Kuroki appears, starts to hit into Saxa. Saxa on the way out. Kuroki won't be able to continue to chase. Miracle will have the self cancelled as Wee comes back in for the right click. So the harassment trading begins in this middle lane.
Yeah, they have to keep that harass going, because Timber, when he gets 3, he can do pretty well. However, Invoker does go for the Alacrity build, so he still does a good chunk of damage and has, of course, good burst and pure damage from the Sunstrike if they do go for some type of gank.
We're going to see Kuroki try and time it here for the Courier snipe. It looks like, yeah, they're playing it safe. The Couriers did start to head out, but they immediately brought it back.
Yep.
And yeah, Saxa, he is going to play the role of Courier, bringing that regen out towards Weehan nice and safely.
While also stacking the camp. GH actually gets a fissure block top onto Moon. He's actually forced to TP out. Oh, he actually TPs to his tier 1.
Okay,
so
sticking
he's
around.
Still in the area.
He only has a Tango and a branch, but knows that GH hasn't quite got the mana for a Fission, especially with the cogs there. So Moon playing on the edge.
Kuroki's sitting behind that tower, waiting for him to go back to base. He's like, GH, force him back. Oh yeah, this could be it. This could be where Kuro gets him. Is Moon gonna stay here though?
Moon is in such a risky position with Kuro on the map. He's got to be careful where he goes. He's turning around. He knows that Kuro is going to be wanting to hunt him down when he is this low. Just maximum efficiency. Moon trying to stick around for as much as he can.
He is gotta have a good chunk of HP now. Kuro's not gonna be able to kill, bring him down because he ate that. I think he ate one of his branches.
Yeah, he did the branch
so he has
tango.
like the extra regen from that.
At the least, Kuro will grab the rune, and Genji Moon heads back to base. Mid lane CS at the moment, Miracle 13 for 3. Weeha sitting on 12 for 3, so very even between the two of them.
Yeah, we haven't really glanced at bottom lane. My Control is doing a really good job. He's farming and he's also pressuring the he's pressuring the gyrocopter and also just messing with Misery's levels and farm in the side. And it's pretty damn hard to kill this Nature's Prophet without a sanking rotation or anything because they don't have not only the catch but the damage because he can just spawn treants, absorbs the majority of the rocket barrage. Saxa farming up his triple stacked hard camp as we were talking about before the game did start. That's what he's been liking to do. It's being scouted by Kuroki, but he is not in the vicinity to sap that experience, unfortunately for him.
Kuro, of course, still level 1 at the moment on this bounty, yet to really find anywhere to put the impact in. We are relatively low in the mid, but indeed with that build, the 2 points now in the armor and a point in the timber chain, very hard to gank at this stage. As the panel said, this is a really nice pick for Weeha, especially the way that Liquid were drafting, looking to try and punish that mid. That timber pick, it's going to be very hard to do so, as we're seeing. Bottom lane, now we're going to see the TP come through from Mind Control, looking to block Misery off here with the Treants.
Oh, no,
Resolution trying to hold them back, but it's not going to work. Liquid get themselves the first blood. Quickly in and quickly out. Granted towards Mind Control as well. He's going to get a nice bit of a cash boost there, and will continue to do, as you say, maintain good control of this bottom lane and keep the pressure up on Rezo. We're seeing that in the CS. He's falling behind on the Gyro.
Yeah, he's getting much more than Moon in the off lane. My Control is even, and they're pressuring.
Yeah.
While Viper is complete free farm because there's no way Clockwork can do anything to a Viper. And this is what the nice thing is about having a safe lane as your Viper, which normally is the mid lane. You just leave him. Now the bounty and the Earthshaker can go do their pressure all over the map. Particularly in that bottom lane, or just follow Sox as well and make sure he doesn't get that early quick blink dagger.
Yeah, Kuroki indeed at the moment, eyes on Saxa. Does have GH neighborhood.
Yeah, he saw Saxa with the... Oh, Moon actually has a DD. He's trying to go for a courier snipe, unable to.
A little slow on it there. Couldn't quite close the gap. Turns towards the mid lane. See if they can do anything about Miracle. Miracle quickly just turns with the Cold Snap and the Sunstrike on point. Miracle just takes the kill. Oh my goodness, Moon. Not the play he wanted to do there. I mean, even if he managed to get in, I don't really see how that could have gone well for Planet Odd. Bottom lane, we'll get the kill in return as Misery flies through with the Illuminate onto GH, but yeah, not great for them in the middle lane. Feeding a kill to Miracle.
Definitely not the person you want to do it to.
I'll see down bottom. Just thinking about giving him a whack on the way out there. Doesn't want to reveal himself.
Kuro sapped a good amount of experience from that. I think it was a triple hard camp that they had stacked as well that Misery and Saxo was farming, so his levels are okay. Level 2 is not good, of course, right now, but he's a bounty hunter. He's having that invisible pressure all over the map. GH as well is only level 2, so they are suffering a bit on that department of levels on their support. But the other lanes are going incredibly well. The cores are farming and pressuring. Mid lane, this could be where they go for Wee. He has the meatball.
He's pretty deep indeed. They're looking to try and control it with a good Fisher block into the meatball. Weehar brought down low. He'll try and timber chain himself out, but the cold snap kicks in and there's no escape for Weehar, or is there? It nearly brings them down in return. Oh! The Illuminate from Misery will find 2 kills in return there. Misery says, I'm the mid now. As he's going to be happy with that. I don't think Misery will be even annoyed that Weehar died there. He'll say that was worth.
That was great play by Weehar there.
He got all his damage out.
Yeah, he got all the damage out right before he died. He throws the shotgun, throws the Whirling Death. Everything was perfectly done. That 3rd point in the reactive armor is what allowed him to survive for this long.
Yeah, it really was. And I believe, did he pop the 1 charges as well? He had a fair few within that. Yeah. Also brought him that extra time. Get that final bit of burst with the Chakram. And there we have it. The Pegasus flies in. Woo! Meanwhile, up top, there's a gang that ended up going on. You know, the rotation from Saxa joined the rest of them. And they did manage to actually move in with Matuma. That was Weehar coming straight back to life, heading up to the top lane, and catching Matuma man off guard. Didn't expect Weehar to go straight to the top on the respawn.
They definitely, yeah. That was a very good move there, because Moon's suffering so hard, so being able to kill Viper. Killing Viper in early game is always great, but when your offlaner is level 4, suffering in this type of manner, you have to do something to make sure that his game doesn't get completely shut down.
Solution. Being up on the shrine, Kuro with eyes on him.
The Viper is coming in. Matu's trying to go for this. They have a fissure as well.
A good attempt for this. I mean, Kuro is falling low on the response. Rezo goes for the instant TP, but he's not going to make it. GH with a fissure from the sideline. Secures the kill.
Some much needed experience going toward those 2 supports.
A lot of heroes, of course, off the back of that around Weehar in the mid lane. Weehar still standing his ground. Feeling fairly safe, nearly hitting the level 7. Space is there, though, down on the bottom. Mind control allowed to put pressure onto this tier 1.
Mid lane, you got a big 3v3 coming in.
Let's see if they get Weehar again this time. There's the Fissure into the cold snap. Moon is there to try and hold back GH and buy Weehar sometime. Again, the Illuminate flies in onto 2. Weehar still alive for the time being, cutting his way for the tree line. Timber chains up to the high ground. Mind control, TP's in. But Weehar, he's able to continue to walk this one off. A second Illuminate flies in from Misery. They did lose Moon, but now Resolution turns up with the Rocket Barrage. Takes down 1. Saxa's there with a Bow Strike onto the Viper. Matuma man down as well. Miracle trying to turn onto Saxa, but the blinding light limiting the physical they can get out. They will still get the kill. Liquid, they continue to chase, looking for Weehar. Weehar still with a fair bit in the tank. Sunstrike off the mark, tried to predict the movement, won't quite catch him.
That was really well played by Wee.
I mean, Moon, he's wanting to go back in, but he's walking into 3 heroes there, and that is not gonna work out. Moon, it feels like Moon needs to calm down a little bit. We've seen him a couple of times already just walk into inevitable death.
Little overzealous.
But overall, the trade, as we see, with that kill on Moon at the end, definitely giving Liquid the edge, but it's close. I mean, I'm loving it already. We're 8 minutes in. Lots of action between both of these teams.
Action is where Liquid is going to thrive right now. Because even just looking at the creep score, you see that the Coddle and the Sanking have been farming a bit more than the Earthshaker and the Bounty Hunter. Naturally, because these 2 heroes, Earthshaker and Bounty, want to go for kills. And getting those is really important to get the back online.
I mean, Rezo came quite far out. There's no tier 1 here anymore. There's no backup. Unless he can play his way out. The Shuriken setting up the stun there to find the Sunstrike from Miracle. They'll claim themselves another onto Rezo, keeping this Gyro down as much as they can.
It's cool to point out too, Miracle went for Treads first before going for the Midas. So he wants to be able to, they want to play around him, so he wants to be able to have that extra stats and extra mana to be able to throw out those spells, throw out that damage onto Weehar in those engagements. Cool little approach coming out from Miracle.
And of course, wanting to find that level 6. Something that certainly could turn these engagements. We've seen him at the moment having to just walk into position.
Yeah.
Needs to have that point of initiation to catch the side of Liquid off guard.
Pretty significant that they take this tier 1 from Planet Odd so early. Because now Kuroki can just park himself bottom, get himself his level 6 nice and early. And Rezo is in a position where it's awkward for him to go places. Because he wants to farm bottom, but it's not really that safe. And he wants to fight, but he went for, oh, they actually have an epicenter going down.
They're going to try and take down Kuro. So they have the detection they do. Dust is dropped, and Saxa setting up for Rezo to get involved. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Mind Control and Matuma Man pushing in onto the tier 1. GH there behind the tower. Ready to see if he can get a nice Fissure block to set up some action if he sees fit. Moon has hit 6 though. So the Shaker has to be careful. If Moon finds that Shaker on his own, could go for the solo kill, and indeed he can. GH walks up into the hands of Moon. The cogs are down. GH will try and win himself away, but the battery assault's out from Moon, and he'll claim himself the kill. Still has the hook shot. Does he want to try and go for more? That's the question. Matuma Man and Mind Control still in the neighborhood. Moon would need a few pluses to get that kill, though, and indeed the TPs won't come in from Odd. They remain down bottom. Rezo getting a bit more farm now with the action that Liquid were drawn towards on the top lane.
Bottom lane, here we go again. They're rotating for Rezo.
That's the kill that they want. They've done it a few times already. Yeah, already 3 deaths on this Gyro. Another would be perfect for Liquid. It's pretty speedy with the phase boots. GH trying to chase him down, and in fact taking a lot of damage here now with the cooldown. GH has to be careful. Fuse Raindrop will block a bit of it. Meanwhile, at the same time, mid lane, Moon came in with the hook shot, managed to set up for a kill onto Miracle. So Rezo will survive. Kuro still had eyes on him, but Saxa comes around, so Liquid are put off from chasing any further.
Yeah, really significant that Resolution's carrying not only Tango still, but also bought a Quelling Blade early. Playing versus Nature's Prophet as a Gyrocopter. Or as majority of carries, you want to have that Quelling to get out of the Sprout.
Look at this mid. Moon has an Invis Rune. Wants to try and cut off GH somehow. GH up towards the shrine.
I think he just walked actually in vision of the tower, because they just pinged him.
I don't think GH got the memo though. Or maybe he did. There is TPs coming in. They're looking to potentially turn this one, but GH is going to get bursted pretty quickly with the Chakram upon him. GH goes down. Illuminate flies in. Misery secures the kill. Burrow strike from Saxa. Looking towards Matuma Man, but Kuroki's there along with Miracle. Throws out the Shuriken. Takes down the Keeper of the Light. Mass TPs as Odd trying to escape, but Saxa's not going to make it. The damage is too much as the Nature's Wrath flies free from Mind Control. And Liquid will take the 2 kills. I think it was exactly as you said, Fog. They must have seen it. They knew that Planet Odd were going to go for that sort of play, and they were quick to react.
I saw Miracle, he walked behind Miracle, started pinging behind the tower, so it looked like he got a slight glimpse of him. He may have walked into tower range for a small second. So that was 1 track kill, now going for Kuro, just before he picked up, just when he picked up his level 6. GH still though, very shut down, and Moon just gets decimated in the mid lane from a Sunstrike.
And off the back of that kill, Liquid able to put a fair bit of pressure onto this middle tier 1. We are, with the TP across, looking to hold on to these towers. Doesn't want Liquid to get any freebies in the mid lane at all.
Liquid has much better tower push and objective taking. Like a Gyro hitting the towers for Planet Odd, while Liquid has not only Viper Invoker, but they also have the Nature's Prophet.
I mean, I guess that's the thing really. When you look at it, well, Liquid, they've got great push, but Planet Odd, they've got great D-push. With the Illuminate, with the spam from the Timbersaw, they've got a lot of ways to clear out the waves themselves.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having the Bounty Hunter though, right? Because you can actually get the vision of where the Coddle's positioned behind the towers. Bottom lane looking to continue this aggression onto Rezo.
Yeah, Rezo needs backup and he needs it quick. He has got Saxa in the neighborhood, but there's 3 members of Liquid surrounding him. Viper strikes out, the Sunstrike again on point. Rezo's down. Saxa comes in with the epicenter, does manage to bring down the Nature's Prophet with him. But Kuro and Matumba will end up finishing up, and that's more track kills for the side of Liquid.
Cool build. Interesting. Mind Control goes for Veil, first item.
I mean, I guess, yeah, a lot of magic damage coming out from the rest of the team.
Really good stats for the hero, for the right click as well.
The nuke from the ultimate is nothing to laugh at. Well, mid lane, Moon does find the hookshot onto Miracle. Miracle turning, trying to get the combo off, but Miracle's down. Maybe able to set up for the kill and return onto Moon. Echo slam from the sidelines. GH gets the echoes out of there and will bring down the clock. Still in the mid, we are playing around Kuro. Has Misery there as well. Jumps forward, gets the double. Now looking towards GH, but Mind Control TP's in, blocks on Misery. Misery with the blinding light, trying to get himself away from the Nature's Prophet. Weeha still playing around under the tower. The reactive armor stacks building up. He's feeling pretty invincible at the moment. GH does fall low, but now Matuma Man's come in as well as Mind Control. They've got to get himself out. Whoa, Weeha goes back in. Timber chains across, picks up the triple. This man just isn't dying. They're trying to poke and prod at him. They'll throw down the Veil on him, but it's just not enough damage. Weeha able to get himself back out to safety after picking up a triple right underneath the noses of Liquid.
No fear.
Beautiful play indeed, and that's going to put him well on the way towards that Bloodstone.
They're doing a good job, though, of keeping Rezo very shut down in this game. They're non-stop running at him, and they went for double Midas as well. Miracle and Matu both have that finished up. So their scaling is going to be very good, and like we said, they do have a pretty damn strong early game lineup. Misery's farm is also quite significant in this game. 4,000 net worth. He's tied with Rezo. Just like that double kill that he got, and then him stacking and getting a couple good illuminates off in the fights. He's halfway towards that Aghanims.
Oh, look at this. Misery just waltzes up, pops the dust, spots out Kuro. Do they have any sort of TP cancel? They don't. So Kuro quickly gets himself out of there, back to safety. Jungle, Matuma Man. Planet Odd side of the map. He's trying to go in towards the mid, desperately trying to find that farm for the Blink Dagger. 860 gold on him at the moment. A lot of attention from Odd on this middle lane. Ooh, top. Saxa tries to TP out, but the cold snap's there from Miracle. And Miracle Grabs himself the solo kill.
They were contesting a hard camp stack. Soxa didn't know Miracle was there. Miracle just dropped a meatball, and then he tried to TP, and yeah, got cold snapped. Miracle building toward that 4-staff, very needed versus the clock.
Look at this. Is he just going to be able to pick this kill up for free? I mean, GH will hold him back with the Enchant Zone, but the Timber Chain forward, Planetod, they get the kill. Hookshot comes in from Moon, trapping up the Tumba Man. Weehar's going to be able to take down a second there, as again, this mid lane is just an absolute dream for Planetod. Oh no! Oh, he nearly Timber Chained into the Sunstrike. That would have been pretty awful. He would have felt pretty bad then, but he didn't. He's fine. He'll come back in. They'll claim the tier 1 by the looks of it. Kuroky trying to nuke him down with the Shuriken, but Weehar says, you want to fight me? I'll fight you. Comes in with the Timber Chain. Mind control. Trying to trap him up, but the trees can't hold back this man. Cuts them down. Are relatively low at the moment. Kuroky looks for the Shuriken. Oh, and the Fisher will take the old man down on his pony.
Weehar is incredibly big, though. Bloodstone finished up level 13.
My
That's
goodness.
2 times now I've seen Miracle go for the Sunstrike during where he's predicting the Timber Chain is gonna happen. One spot him on that one tree, and then there. Now he's going for another Sunstrike. Actually hits Weehar because the track.
Weehar's got to be careful. I'm sure Weehar was said it's calculated. He even drops a smiley there for that one.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It просто эти.
The chat will
The
be.
voice modes come out. I mean, that's the great thing about these two teams we saw at the start. Very happy to be here in the grand finals and ready for some fantastic well, as I say, that Moon misses the hook shot. Come on, Moon.
They were getting aggressive on him. He was
I know.
yeah.
It was a panic. He turned around. He was scared. He's spooked. He survives though.
Yeah.
Probably didn't want to hook shot into that. Could have cost him his life.
Yeah. Sox is going to be
Tacticalness.
picking up that Blink Dagger now.
Has been denied.
So that's going to let them actually have a real, another initiator other than just Moon to depend on. And they're going to go for a smoke instantly on it.
Here we go. Let's see what they can find out of this one, Planetod. The line is drawn straight up towards the top lane. Liquid themselves actually wrapping around towards middle from the bottom. Yeah, Planetod are already going to be away from that middle lane. So it looks like both teams are just going to simply avoid each other here. Odd will, by the looks of it, look to do a quick sweep of the jungle.
Radiant's middle tower
Get some nice aggressive wards down. Try to claim themselves as another tier 1. They're suffering in the tower department. Look at this. Look at these pings coming out from GH. He knows that they warded their jungle. He starts pinging that high ground ferociously already. He's like, yep, they're here. They warded. He must have seen, I guess, maybe with tower vision. He just got a glimpse of someone or something. But he definitely knew.
And they put the track onto Weehar. I mean, this feels like a pretty tough kill, but I guess with the 4 of them, they could have a chance. I say that. It's quick with the Timber Chain. They don't have the control, and now the rest of Planetod starting to wrap around. Saxa keeping himself hidden in the tree line, revving up the epicenter, ready to try and jump in. Who's he going to fight? He's a little far up, but he still gets in. Blinks forward, finds the Burrow Strike. The Timberman's been left alone and taken down. Planetod find the Viper. Kuro quickly TPs himself out. It's a long TP, but he will make it with the cover of Invis.
Timbersaw is just super elusive, super tanky to all the physical damage that Liquid has, and they don't really have that crazy amount of disable. It's majority the Earthshaker until the Invoker starts to get more involved with all of his spells in those type of situations. That being said, I mean, Miracle's already 8-2-1, but
I mean, it's obviously
coming to him, the kills and everything. Right?
And Miracle's offensive potential certainly has been slowed down in the build that he's decided he has to go for. You know, getting the Midas and then the 4-staff before the straight Ags rush. But which obviously is absolutely understandable with the clockwork in the game.
Yeah, his only 2 deaths have been literally because Moon hooked him.
So he does have to get it, but as I say, it puts back the Ag in him, so that potential from the Invoker will be limited for a little bit longer.
GH getting Blink Dagger soon. That's going to be quite significant for Liquid to have they don't have a real initiator for themselves. That is their initiator now, so that'll make it much easier to actually blow up Weehan, combo him, and keep that lockdown consistent.
Solar Crest, Heaven's Halberd nearly finished on Resolution. So, did Mind Control finish the Solar Crest yet? On the Nature's Prophet?
Yeah.
He did. So he's got the Solar Crest now on Mind Control. Looking for Blade Mail next. So interesting build indeed. Something a little different. Kind of bits from many other builds, but he's combining them together in a different way.
Yeah, Solar Crest is nice. I mean, the armor is always great. The Blade Mail is amazing versus Planetod's lines because they have a lot of damage that you can't control. Like, as soon as the Gyrocopter starts using his spells, its damage just keeps coming out. So your Blade Mail is going to do damage no matter what. Same thing with Epicenter. Similar thing with Coddle and Timbersaw. They will definitely always hurt themselves on that Blade Mail without to stop. Good aggressive wards coming out from KuroKy in the last 2 minutes or so. He went deep into enemy jungle and put 3 to claim the enemy side. So they're going to be wanting to play around Planet Odd's jungle rather than their own, is what that indicates to me.
Yeah, you got the 4 staff now complete as well on Matumba. So both cores with that ability to get themselves out of the clutches of Moon's play on the Clockwork. Mind Control continue to shove in that bottom lane, whereas Planet Odd, they're working together as a full 5-man unit. All of them up on the top, looking to put pressure onto that tier 2. KuroKy will come back in behind that tier 2 bottom just to see if any sort of TP reaction does come out from Planet Odd. They look set at the moment to stick up top, claim a tier 2 themselves. Could simply just be the trade for the trade. We'll see if any team is able to hold. Liquid are going to be the first to claim the tower. The tier 2's already down, as expected, as you mentioned. Planet Odd siege a lot slower than what Liquid have to offer.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it in action here.
Just avoiding the fight for the time being. They ideally want to get the Aghanims on the Invoker before. They already have the Blink on the Shaker, which can allow them to get aggressive, but the ideal scenario is, yeah, get Aghanims on the Invoker, and then their team fight actually becomes very realistic. However, Misery will have his Aghanims on the Keep It Light pretty much at the same time, actually.
Are we actually going to see this really come out from Kuro? The Aghanims rush on the Bounty Hunter? I don't think I've ever seen it.
They've got the Veil.
Oh, and it may be postponed there with Moon coming in like that with the hook shot. Kuro is going to have to dream about the Aghs a little longer.
With the Veil and with the toss damage that got added at level 20 a couple patches ago, the damage is pretty significant as well.
Interested to see it in action, but as we're seeing, it's going to be quite a while away. Kuro still a long way to go if he wants to go for that Aghs pickup. Talking about Aghs pickups, Miracle has his finish, 22 minutes in. Not really prolonged too much at all by the 4 staff, as he's still been hitting an incredible stride. Top of the net worth on this Invoker, 11,500, 22 minutes in.
Yeah, I've been jungling for a while.
Yeah. Saxa looking for a force himself, getting good levels on the Sanking, level 13 at the moment.
Moon recovered very well too. Suffering pretty hard in the early game, 5,800, but still the issue is for Planet Odd is that Rezo is still pretty hurt in all of this, having just the Halberd. But the damage doesn't come directly from him, it comes from the Timber Saw and everything as well. KuroKy position top for Saxa. He's got a Sentry Ward waiting for somebody to get closer. Rezo making his way up top as well.
Yeah, Saxa is going to have backup here. Straight up Burrow Strike onto the Bounty. They'll pop the dust out. Planet Odd are continuing to head over. Matumba Man still towards the mid lane. They'll drop down the mana drain. Weeha doesn't want to go in and try and play with this. He's thinking about it. He's had a bit of harassment with the Chakram, but doesn't want to commit up onto the high ground. Same time though, Miracle continues to sit down on the bottom lane, pushing the lane in, now level 18.
Maybe in about 50 seconds or so, when it hits daytime, we'll see Planet Odd actually want to take a fight. They'll have that vision advantage, and of course, the pot will heal the Aghs.
Bottom, here we go. Mind Control TPing in to join Miracle. Thinking about trying to go for a play here. They'll set up with the Tornado and combo onto Misery. The turnaround's going to be attempted by Resolution, and Moon again in with a hook shot. Grabs Miracle, does have the 4 staff to get himself out of there. Mind Control, the Blade Man, nearly able to turn it around onto Resolution. Can he find the kill of the Jaro? He can! Mind Control gets the kill on the backlines. GH jumping in with the slam already though. Planet Odd, they've lost 2. Miracle trying to escape, but Weeha throws out the Chakram, gets the kill. Matumba tries to commit onto Moon, but he goes straight for the TP on the clock and will survive. Saxa now tag teamed in with the Epi into Burrow Strike. Matumba Man being brought down low. Weeha cuts across. Can they get this kill? Matumba Man's looking to Saxa and he will find it, but Matumba Man pays with his life. Weeha now godlike with the double kill, and he's not done yet. He spots an Earthshaker. GH gets nuked down as well. Triple kill for the Timbersaw. Weeha thinking about more. Kuro does have the invis. Weeha doesn't have any detection on him, so he won't get anything else, but nonetheless, again, an incredibly chaotic team fight. Planet Odd coming out on top. This Timbersaw up to 18 Bloodstone charges, and maybe even more here. Moon and Misery, they found Kuro, they pop out the dust, they get Weeha another, straight up to 19.
Woo!
This Timbersaw, 11-1-6.
He is a big problem. But, I mean, he is the big problem, but you saw what happened with Rezo there. Rezo runs up to Nature's Prophet, and Mind Control just clicks the Blade Mail and actually just stands toe-to-toe with him and pretty much solo kills him. But yeah, Weeha is definitely something that they need to find a solution for.
He's going absolutely ham this game.
With that Lotus Orb, it makes it pretty tough for them to actually control him nicely. Because even if the Cold Snap comes on him, he can remove it. Same with like a bunch of the other abilities that they do have.
I mean, how do they stop it? I mean, it feels like maybe it's Top lane, Mind Control actually TPing in, looking to play around with Moon. Does have GH there as well. Moon a little too tricky to trap, as he will get himself out of there. Bottom lane, Planet Odd, putting the pressure onto the tier 1. See if any sort of reaction comes out. Resolution, the casual Yasha into the BKB, next on his shopping list.
Oh, it's so scary, this Timber.
I mean, once he gets that Shiva's Guard, he's not going to be fun to play around with. Mid lane, Miracle will drop down the combo onto Saxa. Saxa's able to walk it out. Weehaw immediately with the TP, looking to go in for a play in return. Chakram connects out onto both of them. Krill out with the Ghost Walk, GH as well. Will Weehaw continue to chase? Well, with Misery and Moon and Rezo wrapping around for the side, they'll certainly go for it. GH tried to go up to the high ground for the TP out, but Moon's there with a hook shot.
Weehaw has like nothing, no fear at all with this amount of armor. With 0 reactive stacks, he's at 26.
Yeah, we haven't seen any Timbersaw at all this tournament, but this game 1 of the finals, Weehaw bringing it in and really showing us how damn good it can be in the right situation. It's getting out of control, and as you say, the lockdown hasn't been there. And when is the answer going to come out for this Timber? How do they kill it?
They're gonna have to expend a lot to actually go for him. They're gonna have to use like pretty much everything: Meatball Blast, the Echo, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you see a lineup with like very little magical, like you know, straight up magical, like, you know, like you think like Sanking ulti, some things like that. Sure, they have the Invoker spells, which are magical, and the Earthshaker spells, but coming up from the other ones, it's not like they have some crazy spell damage. Wrath of Nature and Viper ult and a Shuriken toss. It's not like these big magic damage heroes, these big int heroes. Just the Invoker.
Miracle looking to finish up that Lincoln Sphere as soon as he can. Odd on the prowl though, on their own jungle. Miracle does have to be careful here. They've got vision on him. Miracle, can he play his way out of this one? Down on the man a little bit, turns around with the Tornado EMP, forces himself down. Weehaw continues to chase though, and there's Moon, straight in with a hook shot, trapping up GH. Burrow Strike comes in from Saxa, they've trapped Miracle. The force is there from Timberman, trying to get Miracle out of this one, but he's stunned up, nuked down by Weehaw Chakram, and now Weehaw beyond godlike and ready for more. They've taken down 2, they're looking for a 3rd. Burrow Strike to set up onto Timberman, and they'll get themselves another Planet Odd. Getting absolutely out of control, and they're not done yet. Mind Control trying to hide behind the tree, but Saxa, Weehaw, and Moon surround him, take the Nature's Prophet as well, and it just doesn't stop. Weehaw up to 24 Bloodstone charges.
Oh my goodness. Moon getting the perfect hook on the initiators in the backline, but yeah, Miracle getting caught a bit out of position. They just didn't expect them to all collapse that quickly.
Yeah, everything being utilized. They're trying to save Miracle, forcing himself. You know, Timberman comes in, but that hook shot again from Moon, disrupting any sort of counterplay that could potentially come out from GH and Kuro. And Liquid just fell apart piece by piece.
That's probably like a feeling from a Tumbaman there. That's probably one of the worst feelings. It's like you're trying to come to the fight because it's happening, but you're a slow Viper. And by the time you get there, you're just like, I'm there too late, that you just end up being cannon fodder. You're being cannon fodder at the end of it.
And with those kills, Planet Odd get more than enough space to head into Roshan, get themselves a free Aegis into the hands of Resolution, and look to keep this momentum going. I mean, all in all, definitely the thing to consider, despite this amount of positive action we are seeing for Planet Odd. It's still just a 1k lead, and whoa, hook shot again. Moon comes in, but the Echo Slam setup's there for GH, who will be able to pop the Aegis immediately. Odd do punish Kuro for it. Can they punish anyone else? They're looking to chase down GH. GH, can he get himself out? Blinks down to the low ground. Whoa, he makes it out. GH will escape. So Kuro's life is expended, but it does allow them to pop that Aegis as soon as Rezo picks it up.
That seems worth it. For some reactions as well.
Miracle. Chase down here. Missile will connect. It's a little too speedy though for Weehaw to dive upon. Initially, Timberman moving across as well. So Liquid trying to form some sort of a defense here on this bottom tier 2.
Weehaw just does not care. As he should. 51 armor. 63 health per second.
Absolutely crazy.
Ridiculous.
14, 1, and 8.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Easily Weehaw's best performance here at LAMP.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely loving life right now on the Timber.
And here we go. Recalls keep coming out. Continuing their siege. not daytime right now, so they don't get that benefit from the Coddle lag.
Tries coming onto Miracle. Quick response there with the Tornado. The Fisher to hold him back. That's all it will be. As we are, as you mentioned, quickly regenning back up to full.
He's such a problem. I'm really thinking how they do bring him down, because they have to like isolate him super hard, but
how?
But how? Yeah, exactly. With like everything that he's got in his arsenal, it's too difficult. Especially when if ever Moon's in the area to get that like bailout with a hook shot, it's pretty much like impossible for them to chain lock down Weehaw. He can always interrupt it.
I mean, maybe at this point, if you're Liquid, you're just saying, we've got to take this late, we've got to out-wrap them, we've got a Nature's Prophet, we've got an Invoker, we could go for sort of split push plays, but here we go, bottom, the fight continues again. Moon comes in with a hook shot onto Matumba, will be forced out to the sidelines. Planet Odd being careful about how deep they dive close to the tier 2. There's the attempt to turn around Liquid with the cold snap onto Weehaw, but the Viper strike, no, he dropped it onto the Lotus Orb, goes straight back into the face of Matumba Man's Viper, who now gets caught up by a Burrow Strike. Matumba Man, he's going to get taken down as the Illuminate flies through. Kuroki getting nuked down low as well. They do kill Moon, but again, it's Liquid losing the majority. They've lost 2. Miracle trying to retreat. The Lincoln's Field will be there to block off the Burrow Strike. And a missile flying in his way will keep the Magician at bay. As Planet Odd securing the space to clean up another tower. As Miracle desperately tries to hold them back, will go for the Tornado into the Sunstrike, but at the same time, Weehaw's just jumping deep, looking to dive towards the tier 3s. The missile connects. Quick silence from Mind Control will stop. We are going for more. This is getting pretty crazy indeed. 32 for 21.
Only 2k gold.
I mean, that's the thing. Even though it seems like it's all Planet Odd's momentum, the farm difference isn't big. Liquid are still keeping up despite the pressure that Planet Odd are putting on them.
Yeah, Odd gets 2 kills, but Liquid gets a 3-man track kill. So, you know, it kind of like evens out, but then Odd gets the tower, so that surges them ahead for that manner. But yeah, Matu's just looking. Matu's not looking too threatening now at all actually for quite a while. I mean, he's 2-7 and he's in
trouble again. Yeah, Moon's straight in with a hook shot, forces forward to cut out any sort of escape route from Matumba. He tries to make himself around the cogs. Weehaw with the control, the chakram slowing him down, allowing the cooldown from Resolution to connect. DH drops the echo, trying to hold Weehaw back. They'll bring him down low, will save Matumba Man for the time being. Tornado flies through from Miracle, looking for the Sunstrike setup, but Weehaw's already out to the sideline. Will survive for the time being. Rezo looking to turn with the BKB moving forward as Moon hook shots back in, but Mind Control forced back to safety. Will survive.
If there was any time that they could get the Weehaw there, in any situation,
they're
it was
still chasing. And we have Moon actually hook-shotting into his teammates, so they're taking a shuriken to the face. That's a bit of a funny one. He's actually going to buy back for this, wants to get himself back in, doesn't want to let Weehaw go down. Weehaw using the Lotus to try and remove the first time, the second one comes through. Moon with the hook shot after the buyback, cutting off Miracle and the rest of Liquid from being able to chase down for the rest of his team. May pay with his life though. He's trapped up in the tree line. They've got more than enough physical. They'll punish Moon. Moon now down for 65 seconds off the back of that dieback. What can Liquid do with this?
The chase coming up from Liquid.
Got the numbers advantage.
With the fresh Orchid picked up on Nature's Prophet, although of course Timbersaw does have the Lotus Orb, it's gonna be pretty decent to be able to try to go for any picks.
Oh, look at this,
now.
GH just jumps in onto Misery, tries to go for a bit of a swag play, but there's Weehaw with a bigger swag attack, comes along with the Timber Chain, cuts down the Shaker. Can they get anything more out of this? Straight across, avoiding the EMP. Weehaw with a big shot on the Timber Chain, cuts down the trees, doesn't give a damn about those, looking towards Mind Control, will put the Blade Man and the Nature's Wrath out, but Weehaw continues to fight forward. Saxa blinks up, trying to get the Burrow Strike, but the quick silence is there from Mind Control, goes for the TP out. Sweet play from Mind Control there with that Orchid play. Making sure he could get back out to safety. No stun to worry about. The rest of his team could be in danger though. Weehaw pops the dust. Miracle a little too far away to chase, but down on the bottom lane, Matumba Man left high and dry by the looks of it as Weehaw comes across. Misery's there to back him up. I mean, Matumba's fairly tanky, but there's no way he gets out of this one as 4 members of Odd surround him and get the kill.
Mana leak. Well, man, Matu's definitely like so upset right now. He got mana leaked like 2 or 3 times while getting chased. He just can't move. He's already so immobile.
I mean, look at this again. Miracle just having to drop his spells and run.
We're having some pretty incredible chases though. We had one chase from the Dire tier 2 bottom to the mid tier 2 of the Radiant squad, and then we have this chase in the opposite manner of the Radiant tier 2 to the Dire tier 2.
Now I'm ready to see how things change. We've got the axe complete on Kuro, Fogs. So that extra bit of bounce. Couple of bounces on each hero.
level 18 as well. Level max track now, so a lot of bonus gold for yourself.
I'm ready to see how much that. I mean, as you said, with the Veil out there and with the additional damage once he hits 20.
Yep.
It's a fair bit of nuke if you can get those double bounces on everyone.
I mean, he's 475 nuke or
Yeah.
450 nuke, so
Let's see it. Let's see if it's enough.
900 damage plus the Veil. Pretty good.
I mean, again, it feels so straight because Liquid, they actually have the overall net worth lead, considering the way that this game is going. Even though it really seems like every fight effectively is won by Planet Odd.
Yeah, the dieback hurt a lot. Clock
True.
plus a lot of
Yeah.
gold. So he's actually put below now Coddle and the Sand King. It's all that track money. It's all about you're getting less kills. It's all about
It really
how
is.
many people are around and how many people get the
Yeah.
bonus gold.
That's
from
what it is, that track gold. Pretty damn good.
Yeah. Mind Control consistently keeping up that split push so they can at least force Planet Odd to kind of split up a bit, but you know they do have a Coddle, so they can always recall for those fights.
What's Mind Control getting? Oh, he's got the completed Bloodthorn.
He's actually got the gem, so it is still on. Okay, so Misery's gem is still on Kuroki.
Okay.
They took it earlier.
Look at this Liquid coming out with the smoke. Seeing if they can kick something off. Moment Planet Odd positioned on the higher ground towards the west. Unlikely that they are going to be caught out by the looks of it. Liquid heading over into the neighborhood. Weeha and Moon still with the better positioning. Smoke will be dispelled. Liquid aware that there's members on the high ground. And yeah, they know that they do not have the advantageous way to move in, so they'll back off, not wanting to fight blindly into that higher ground.
Matumba's starting to get pretty farm now, finishing up the butterfly with the S and Y.
Matumba, Rezo.
Oh, why was I saying Matumba? Sorry. I'm like, wait, what am I talking about? Yeah, Rezo's looking good. Matu's actually the one who's been falling very far behind. That's my one concern for Liquid here. The good thing that they have is that they do have Invoker, which scales incredibly hard, and it's a miracle on the Invoker.
Yeah.
And they have Mind Control farming really well on that Nature's Prophet. Track should allow, as long as they get some good fights where Matu's actually able to live and he gets those track gold, that's where he starts being able to actually come back and be a real driving force, because this Viper is not feeling good with his 8 deaths.
Roshan is up. See if Planet Odd want to try and look for it. They don't really have the quickest way of taking it down. I guess they got a fair bit of damage on the gyro with the butterfly, but it's not really a quick Rosh. Liquid themselves, again, heading over to Planet Odd's side of the map. Miracle with that blink. Very much ready to make the plays, get himself all around there. Get that positioning that's required to catch Planet Odd off the mark. Odd are coming in with the TPs down bottom. Still, Liquid are around. GH ready to jump in if he sees an opportunity. Weeha frontlining, cleaning the wave out.
They looked like they wanted to try. They're all in the area.
That's a very, I mean, that is the hero you don't want to jump on, really, isn't it? Jumping on the timber. It's so scary for Liquid.
So tanky. But they are waiting till he's more isolated, and then if they're all 5 there, they really
maybe. Can they try for this? They're going to start to poke it, and they'll throw out a Fissure and a Sunstrike. There's the Deafening Blast Meteor combo. He's brought down to a half health. Matumba Man comes in with a BKB, focusing down Misery. Takes the Keeper of the Light. Now turning towards the Timber with the Bloodthorn. They've got enough damage. They'll bring down Weeha. Resolution with the BKB trying to fight back up against Matumba Man's Viper, but he's pretty tanky indeed. Saxa will jump forward, but Miracle has the control. The Tornado into the EMP. Liquid get themselves a third. This time, Liquid take the team fight for now. Moon says, do you want another? As he comes in with the hook shot, and he may just have given them another. The track's out, and that will be a bit of a freebie on top of it all. And Rezo says, you want another? I'll throw my life as well. No, maybe not. It's a bit of a debate. Turns around, sets up for the double kill for Weeha. Does lose Rezo's life. So Planet Odd with the sacrificial plays to try and buff Weeha's Bloodstone up. That's some next level play. Let's see if Weeha can get anything more out of this. Kuro and Miracle already out there. Doesn't have the detection.
That is a huge swing, though. Absolutely. The amount of tracks, I think that was everybody who got tracked up.
Yeah, they threw themselves out. Ooh,
the Bloodthorn coming out onto Weeha at post Lotus Orb was perfect timing. And now we have Aegis and Cheese coming out for Liquid.
And as we're saying, as you said, when there's track in the game, we saw every time they lose a team fight, they keep it even. If they win a team fight, good luck catching back up. It's going to get messy for Planet Odd if that continues to happen.
And it's finally Matu surviving in the midst of all of that. So he gets a nice surge of gold, 1900 with the BKB finished. A couple levels as well, 3 levels gained in that last fight. Everyone's starting to acquire a good chunk of net worth. Bounty Hunter got that level 20 now for the extra shuriken damage and for the 3,000 gold from all that. It's, you know, Bounty gets an incredible chunk when you get the tracks.
Not bad at all, as we can see on the graph. Straight swing right down. XP looking pretty neck and neck as well between the two sides. 4-star from Bounty. I mean, how many 4-stars have we got over on the side of Liquid? It feels like a lot. We've got, what, Hurricane Pie? Everyone pretty much apart from Mind Control. There's what, a couple of Hurricane Pies, a couple of 4-stars.
Yep, they're going to have 4 once that last one comes out.
And we're seeing how annoying that is for Planet Odd to play around with. There was that period of the game before these items came out where Moon was able to do a lot, but now it's so hard for this clock to get that much done in the team fight.
Yeah, majority of their damage is coming from Weehaw. Rezo, he needs the BKB to get into the fray versus an Invoker. As soon as the BKB goes down, you're just very susceptible to all the spell damage and lockdown. Invoker now hits level 25, and since it's Miracle, always takes the AoE Deafening Blast over the Tornado. Bottom lane.
Yeah, they find themselves a 3-1 hit as Mind Control's cut out, left alone. Take it down once. Does have that Aegis, and Liquid, they are heading over. Are they going to be able to try and re-engage off this Watch GH? Can he find the positioning for the setup? He does have an Echo Slam available. Tries for a Fisher, but Saxa is quick with the plays. Comes in with the Burrow Strike, holds back the Shaker. But GH still survives. No, he doesn't. Weehaw finishes off the kill. Gets the double. Looking towards Miracle. Miracle with the AoE Deafening Blast, but Resolution has the BKB already out. There's a homing missile going straight for the Invoker's face. Weehaw chases him down. Timber chases across, cuts down the Invoker. Gets Kuro as well with the drive-by Illuminate from Misery. But Superman will claim the kill. Back up to full health with the cheese. But Odd, they surround him. They've taken down 3. They're going to take 4 as well as the Matumba Man falls. And Planet Odd get themselves back on top once again with a phenomenal team fight.
Massive swing, and again, finding the initiator, getting GH, getting him instantly before the fight starts.
Absolutely. You've got to give massive credit to Saxa there.
Yeah.
Catching out that Shaker. We'll see it again here.
Look how he's smoked up. Saxa's smoked up here on the top left of the screen, waiting for the rest of the heroes to come in from Liquid. As soon as he pops, gets into a great spot, puts down the sentry, starts the FE.
Straight away.
Perfect.
No hesitation from him.
Yeah. Able to isolate Mind Control, and then right there, all their big lockdown is gone from the fight, because it's majority from the Earthshaker. Yeah. And the BKB's out, majority of Miracle spells
and down bottom. They're pushing in. They're forced out a buyback from Matumba Man. Bringing the tier 3 down to about GH comes in with the Echo moves there with the response though, and GH is punished. Resolution falling low, gets the BKB out. Oh, he's going for the TP, surely he doesn't make it, he doesn't. Liquid will get the gyro kill. Can they get anything more? Moon back in again with the second hook shot onto Matumba Man, starts to walk it off, but Matumba Man's turning with the power of Mind Control. They'll take the clock as well. Liquid do force Planet Odd away.
That was both gems too. Moon had both of the gems on him, I think it was. Oh my god, they recovered both. That was a big swing that happened in the bottom when they lost both gems, but now getting both back is quite nice for the Bounty Hunter. Not having gem on Coddle makes your day a lot easier. A good buyback from Matumba Man.
I mean, we're really seeing as well, Mind Control's Bloodthorn purchase is absolutely crucial for getting these kills. It makes it so easy for Liquid actually to finish off these bigger cores, like even like Weeha's Timber.
It's not even just the silence, it's the amount of sheer right-click damage you saw in New, critting for over 500.
My goodness, 43 minutes in, 42 to 33. Only game 1 of this best of 5 grand finals. It's been everything we've hoped for so far. And still in a game, things could go either way. We're seeing on the net worth, you know, between the individuals toe and toe, neck and neck. With this Invoker Weehaw. Miracle versus the Timber.
It's the story of the initiations again, it seems. Whoever can get like the best initiation, and if whoever's split up kind of in a way is the ones who are leading the charge, at least whoever gets the initiation.
Jump in, looks for the burrow, Miracle quick with the Tornado in return, sends Weehaw up into the skyline. EMP comes out of well, there's the Bloodthorn, the Lotus Orb upon him, as well as the 4-star from his teammates. Gets the Timber back up to the high ground. Buying the time for Resolution to respawn. Planet Odd will hold Liquid out of the base.
That was, that was with Aegis and Cheese earlier that Liquid had. They just need to be they need to be S5 when they take those engagements too. And GH needs to be very careful of his position.
Weeha's coming out. He wants to play. He's straight in. Knows Kuro's in the neighborhood. The rest of Liquid are there as well. They do have Echo Slam back up. They have to be careful. Moon goes in with the hook shot onto Matumba. Weehaw is looking to commit. Forces the BKB out. Matumba will go for the BKB TP out. Gets himself back to safety. But Sax is hunting for more. Procs the Linkers with the Yules. Finds the follow-up Burrow Strike, but Miracle gets double, triple forced out by the rest of his team. We'll get back to safety. Moon looked to see if he could catch on with the hook shot. Doesn't quite hit the target. So Liquid do manage to disengage successfully. No lives are lost. Miracle completing the Octarine as well now, ready for the next defense. The high ground push is going to get harder and harder for Planet Odd.
They still have a good amount to gain, though. That's the nice thing, is that Gyrocopter, Rezo is far from being maxed out. Still has 2 big items can be picked up, the Satanic and replacing the Aquila.
Things certainly getting pretty crazy. I mean, the amount of heroes that are getting pretty damn stacked for this stage of the game. We've got 4 heroes hitting the 20k net worth mark and above.
It's pretty it's pretty closely matched in the way you look at it. Like Matu still has scaling potential because he has the Midas, and he still has 3 slots open, while Rezo kind of has the similar scenario. But then the counteracting force is how farmed my control is compared to the Clockwork, and the differences in what those heroes apply. And then, you know, we match up the Invoker and the Weeha, and they're pretty much tied up. So yeah, you look at the net worth, and it's like, yeah, they're exactly similar, and the heroes kind of match up in the same kind of factor.
There's Octarine for Weeha as well. Very much, well, 6 slot in the moment. Definitely, I guess you could continue to look to, or maybe eventually swap out for the Yules for something else, or does he need the Yules, do you feel, as well as the Lotus for himself? Or is there still progression for this Timber?
Still get the Aghanims if he feels like he wants more damage over the Yules. I think he likes it, though. It's pretty nice that the double kind of save for yourself, having both the Lotus and the Yules to be able to remove the silences and stop the disables.
Oh, look at
being
this
chained.
wraparound coming in from Liquid off the
Scam
back
patches.
of this smoke. They know that the side of Odd are on the high ground. Miracle's going to jump forward, but straight away the BKB comes out. And throw the AoE Deafening Blast, forces himself down to the bottom. Saxa comes in with a burrow strike, the epicenter. He catches 2, but the Echo Slam is out in response for GH, trapping up the Sand King. Shuriken Nuke gets thrown out by Kuroki, but it's not enough damage. The turnaround from Atomo as he looks to take down Moon. Kuroki still alive for the time being. Weeha jumps forward with the Shiva's Guard, but it's not going to clip onto Kuro. He'll survive. Mind Control traps up Misery. Has the Ghost Scepter for the time being. It's not going to be enough to save him. The Sunstrike connects. Misery's down. Planet Odd, they've lost 2. Weeha still standing pretty strong. Can Liquid bring down the Timber? They'll throw down the Silence. They've got the Bloodthorn. He removes it with the Lotus. Uses himself up. Can he play himself out? Tries to get his way out of the tree line. Deafening Blast connects, but he's still alive. He's up to the high ground. Timber chased back down. He's looking for Kuro, and he may just get it. No, he doesn't quite. Kuro will survive, but the biggest survive is the fact that Weeha is still alive in this situation somehow.
Are you kidding me?
Miracle.
Oh my God.
Can he continue to play around with this Timber? He's eyeing him up. Looks to set up for the Tornado, but Weeha sidesteps to the side. Needs some backup. There'll be a TP coming in from Resolution. Weeha still has to survive for a bit more time before the backup's there. Here comes the Gyro. GH trying to open up. The homing missile straight in on the Shaker's head. Takes down the Shaker. Weeha still there. Ready to turn. Resolution pops the BKB. Looks towards the side. Trying to ban him against Batuma, but Batuma bad. He BKBs himself. Weeha continues to chase that Mind Control. Has the bounty rune if he wants it. He doesn't need it. He just needs to keep his life intact. Again, with the self-fuels. Should be able to tip and change himself. Oh no! The Silence follow through. Removes it through the Lotus Orb. Back up to the high ground. Turns with the Shivas. Sunstrike's going to be off the mark. Weeha ready to go back in with the nuke. Takes down another with the Whirling Death. They have lost Rezo, but it's Liquid. They're losing the ball. Matuma Man chased down. Weeha with the Timber Jake. Yes, the double kill. And Planet Odd aren't done yet. They're looking towards Miracle. Mind Control by the stride. Weeha comes back along. Mind Control puts the BKB. Does turn, take down Moon. Weeha still ready to go. Looking for Mind Control. Mind Control with the BKB TP out. Will escape. Miracle does not want to re-engage. He gets himself out. Weeha, they're going absolutely ham. 23-13. What a game this has been so far, Fog. And it's nowhere near ending.
Oh, take a breath, man. Holy crap, I can't believe Weeha survived all that. I wish the fight recap actually showed everything, because that was probably like 38 Timber Chains, like 12 Chakrams, like 22 Whirling Deaths or something. That was incredibly good usage from Weeha, from both the Yule Scepter and the Lotus Orb back and forth to remove the silences. That Deafening Blast that pushed him up on the high ground in the Ancients was like the dream blessing come true.
Just time and time again being brought down to minimal health.
How long was that fight?
Ooh.
That was like an 80-second fight or 90-second fight that happened where Weeha survived the entire thing. They like Miracle and Weeha both did the same thing too. They both chased each other on the right side while a whole fight's happening on the left side, but the fight lasts so long that they come back in, continues on.
Now Weeha feeling on top of the world now. Put those Bloodstone charges in the lot. Planet Odd looking for find the jump in. They've found GH. GH turns with a fish. It does catch Rhythm. The Echo Slam as well. GH bring the ball down low. The follow through from Invoker brings down the Sand King. Jump up to the high rebel. Weeha ready set up for GH. GH falling down. Kuroki throws out the Shuriken. Weeha does get silenced up, but he removes it with the Lotus Orb. Timber chase down. Looking to get the Chakra connection onto GH, but he doesn't quite find it. Miracle, does he have the control? Fish is there along with the video. They finally kill him. They finally take down the Timber. as Miracle gets the triple kill. He's only down for 10 seconds though.
He's back though.
But they did get him finally.
He has to be completely isolated though, but damn, GH, perfect timing for the Echo Slam. Survives jukes and jives away from the Timbersaw spells, survives long enough to have that lockdown that they much need to kill him. It's insane how tanky he really is versus this lineup though. Holy crap.
Let's see what they can do out of this. This is quite a good opening for Liquid there. There's 2 heroes down on Planet Odd. Miracle comes in with the setup onto Weehart. Trees aren't going to trap him, already out with the Cinder Chain. Missile procs the Lincoln Sphere. Planet Odd, only 3 members alive. They need 20 seconds back before they have the full team. Here comes the cooldown from Rezo. Goes forward with the BKB, trying to force Matuma Man out of the base as he shoves himself down to the low ground. Odd, they are holding. Back comes in Matuma Man, actually forced forward, looking for the connection onto Rezo. Planet Odd with a lot of D-push. Mind control, teleporting in. EMP a little off the mark there in terms of timing. Won't clip onto Weeha.
Roche spawning, or has spawned soon. Liquid should be quite aware of that one. They don't want to force any fight before to lose the Aegis. They're going to back up, farm come out, and their lane, bottom lane is starting to be a little bit of an issue. Kuroki went back for a mech, so they could have some sustain to go for those type of sieges and push. That extra sustain is definitely extremely significant in these fights because the way that the fight is being like spread out and how long it's lasting, he's able to throw out so many urns to help out his teammates and bring them back up and keep the fight going longer and longer, which is proving to be better and better for Liquid in comparison to Planet Odd, because Planet Odd is extremely dependent on Resolution having that BKB up for him to be in the fight. Once the Resolution's BKB goes down, it's literally Weeha versus the world.
And I imagine this state, well, most of the BKBs on the field down to the 5-second duration.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about BKBs, Matuma Man has to pop it there, gets a little spooked with Planet Odd, spawning man in the river. This missile still is going to connect, and Weeha wants to follow through. Comes in with the Shiva's Guard, finds the initial Chakra Monster Viper, but he forces himself out. Miracle throws the Tornado and the EMP to hold back the Timbersaw, allowing time for the rest of Liquid to get themselves the hell out of there. Just getting control around this pit. As we said though, Odd can't take the Roshan that quickly. You know, as big as Weeha is, he doesn't offer too much in terms of damage to attack Roche.
Smoke coming out now from Liquid. They're trying to get on the aggression. It just turned nighttime, I believe 30 seconds ago. Yeah, so they're looking to take advantage of that.
Kuroki trying to get the vision out with the tracks. Weeha immediately removing it with the Lotus. Actually on the sidelines, Miracle, he's coming pretty deep. They have the homing missile. Oh, that's going to set up for Moon to find the hook shot. Burrow strike as well. They'll push him back with the cold into the collision of Resolution. Miracle trying to play himself out with the Hurricane Pike and the Tornado. But Moon's in there with the Battery Assault. They'll get the Invoker kill. And they're not done yet. Weeha coming across towards the middle lane. He's going to be held back by the Yules from Liquid. Odd will continue to chase though. Have they got the vision on Kuro? Doesn't look like they have. Kuro too far down to the south. Will survive. It is only Miracle going down, but I say only Miracle. That's a big kill. That's no Invoker for 80 seconds.
GH also positioned himself.
He's trying to shove this lane in.
Moon's in the area. Oh, hooks the neutrals though.
They may still get it though. Weeha's playing around with the Shaker, has the Yules set up, ready to go to town. GH goes for the Yules on him to return, but there's a further Yules. They've got the control. GH will throw down the Echo, but he's not going to keep himself alive. As Liquid lose a second, into the pit they go, but mind control from the outside. Tries to take down Misery, but Misery, oh, he will end up popping to the Soulburn from the Bloodthorn. He puts his hands to his head, but he knows it's still good for the team. As they still have the advantage here, they have the time and space to go into Roshan. Kuroki, can you go for any sort of play? He's hanging around outside the pit. Mind control there as well. Yeah, Odd are a little spooked. They don't want to hang around, even with 2 heroes down in this situation. Matuma Man, BKB's trying to escape, but Moon comes in, has the control with a hook shot. Cogs blocking off the escape route down the middle lane, forces himself into the high ground. Matuma Man needs help, and he needs it fast. Going for the TPI, is he going to make it before the missile connects? Oh. It doesn't matter, there's a Yules to hold him back, cancel the TP. They'll take the kill on Matuma Man, and maybe even more. A further homing missile straight for the head of Kuroki. Kuroki trying to get himself out of there. Looks like they are going to just leave the bounty hunter be as the rest of them return into the pit. And will continue to take down Roche. Miracle's going to be back in 2 seconds though. Could certainly look at coming over for a fight, and indeed he does. TPing over to the Shrine, instant blink forward, no holding back from Miracle. Drops the Tornado straight away. Saxa looking for him with the epicenter blink forward, but can't quite close the gap. At the least, forcing the Invoker away. to buy more space for Odd, but there he comes! Miracle with a 4-man deafening blast, Meteor down into the pit! They're trying to finish off Roche, but GH is in there! They will get the snatch, they'll get the Roche and kill Liquid, but it will be the side of Planet Odd, picking up the Aegis on Rezo. They've taken down 2. Mind Control trying to team himself out with the BKB, but the Magic Community runs out. He gets used up, they hold him back, they take down Mind Control! As Liquid, they've lost 4. Miracle quick with the blink out, trying to get himself out of this one. Jump for Moon! Has the battery assault, gets the connection. Miracle held back again with these deafening blasts. It's not enough to keep him alive with a magical burst from Weeha, who picks up the triple. Planet Odd. My goodness.
What a series of events from them. That was sick by Moon. He hooks the neutral creeps to get closer, 4 steps up the hill and gets just in range to get that battery assault hit on Miracle to cancel the TP. Every small little thing having a heavy impact so far. Such a succession of events from Miracle diving that tier 2 to dying again now. So about the last 3 or 4 minutes, it's been Planet Odd just really bringing it back with themselves.
Can they push the high ground? That's the question. We saw how long it took them to take down Roshan. They still don't have an insane amount of siege. Gyro, their best bet as Resolution starts to finish stacking up, has the completed MKB. Weeha, the one powering into the tier 3 at the moment. They'll get the mana leak onto Matsuma Man. Tier 3 down. Miracle not wanting to expend that buyback. Does have it as his availability, but he's keeping it off for the time being. They'll almost certainly lose the mid melee racks. How much more can Liquid afford to let go off the back of this push? Odd, down to bottom, there's the buyback. He'll let 1 Rax go, Miracle, but he won't let a second one go for now. Has to buy back to hold. There's the initiation. Blinks forward with the Tornado. EMP as well. The connection onto Rezo. They will let the Vibe Strike sent back in. Moon comes in with the sideline. Immediately hacks up Jason with the jump. And there's Saxa with the counterplay. Burrow Strike onto 2. Matsuma Man pots the BKB. Tries to look for Misery, but Misery moving out of it with the Ghost Scepter. Matsuma can't quite get the kill. Moon will buy back. Trying to get himself back into the fray. The Cold Snap. Sudden Strike will pop the Aegis on Resolution. The Planet Odd still ready to stick around. They know that there's no buyback on these 2 as Liquid with no Shaker, no Bounty Hunter for a good minute. Jump forward, looking for Miracle, but he's shoved down of range of the Chakram. Planet Odd, they'll look back towards the objective, back towards the racks. Mind Control falling low. Can he get himself? No, he can't. The BKB runs out just as the Chakram connects. That'll be the Nation's Profit down for 2 minutes. Matsuma Man in dire straits as well as he tries to get back to the base, but Weeha's there with the Chakram. Cuts down another. And with 4 down, no way that Liquid can hold on to this second set of rags, and maybe the game itself in jeopardy for them. Miracle, he's got to carry his team on his back, but he's out of mana. They hit the stun, they have the control. He's tried to shrine up, but the heal's not strong enough. GG is called, and Planet Odd take game 1 here in this best of 5 grand finals.
Wow, that's game 1.
It's game 1.
That's just game 1.
That's game 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy crap, what a back and forth game though, but very well done by Planet Odd, having the ways to break the Lincolns, just massive amounts of chase, everybody having their tools to get that catch, and just Weeha being this out of control monster.
I mean, what was the, let's check out the stats on Weeha, can you? If you would. On the, hit continue. Let's see the damage. I want to see the damage.
He was 27.
I want to see the damage he did.
Let's take a look at this.
What's he got?
68,000.
68,000 damage done.
Look at Moon.